Good morning and welcome to Fort Zeller Elementary School. This is your principal, Mr. Lynn, and I hope that you had a wonderful Tuesday yesterday. Today is Wednesday, March 3rd, 2021. It is a day one. Now, before we kick off this wonderful day, I want to invite you, as we always do, to participate in the Mindful Minute. Mindful Minute is a good way to get yourself to arrive, to settle into today. Yesterday, I had a chance to talk to a couple students, some who made some really great choices, and I wanted to commend them and tell them how proud I was of them. And, when I notice that kids are making good choices, I think they also are realizing that they can control that moment and they're making the right choices to do the right thing. So, in a way, they're being mindful, they're being present. And students who are making choices that they wish they hadn't made, right? Maybe they chose not to do their work. Maybe they chose not to listen to the teacher. Well, at that moment, it's easy to perhaps think that maybe you weren't being mindful, right? You didn't actually choose the decisions that you would have wanted to make in that present moment. So remember, the moment matters. So let's go ahead and get ourselves settled so that we can be in a position to make those good choices. Notice that you exist. Use your eyes, look around your room, and focus in on one thing that looks interesting. And study it. And then using both ears, pause, listen, and see and consider what kind of sounds you hear. And then with your sense of smell, using your nose, what do you smell? And finally, with your sense of touch, using your skin, is what I meant to say, what do you feel? All right, I like to close my eyes. You don't have to. If you don't want to close your eyes, just simply soften your gaze, focus on a point in the room, and simply stare at it. Let's go ahead and take our first breath in through our nose, filling our belly full of air, and then as we breathe out, blowing it out, allow your chest to relax, allow your shoulders to relax. Breathe in once again. And then as you breathe out, allow your body to settle into the chair. And if your feet are on the ground, allow your feet to be supported by the floor. Breathe in once again. Filling your belly full of air like a balloon, and then as you breathe out, experience this very moment. Once you're in the rhythm of breathing in and out, expand your awareness to what is within you, beginning with your toes. Breathe in. And then expanding up through your feet to your lower legs as you breathe out, noticing those parts of your body, putting a spotlight on them. As you breathe in, notice your knees and the rest of your legs and your lower back. And as you breathe out, notice your stomach and your belly and your chest. Breathe in, notice your upper back and your shoulders and both arms. Breathe out, both elbows and wrists and hands. And yes, your neck. Notice your neck. Breathe in. And finally, notice your head at the very top. Breathe out. Also, as you breathe in, notice what feelings you brought to school. Sit with them. And as you breathe out, allow those feelings to tell you what they need to tell you. Don't judge them. Be kind. Breathe in. And breathe out. Now, in a moment, you'll hear a bell or a chime. Listen to it as it gets quieter and quieter. And when you can't hear it anymore, you may then open your eyes and awaken to the world that is around you. Welcome to a new day right here at the fort, where you are loved, where you are cared for, and where we want you to succeed. Now, whether you have a great day or not, well, that's ultimately your choice. So choose wisely, work at it, and yeah, enjoy the rewards. At this moment, please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You can go ahead and take a seat. I want to thank you for joining me in the Mindful Minute. Hopefully you have allowed yourself to settle. I have to admit, I was a little bit unsettled, and the breathing helped get me to this present moment, get me to arrive. And then finally, when I got to the chime, that really gave me a moment to stop and focus on that sound and anchor myself in my breathing. So now I actually feel a lot better and more awake than I was, say, earlier in the Mindful Minute. Don't forget, we have 3 expectations here at the school. Number 1, show that you're respectful to others as well as to yourself. Number 2, show that you're responsible for others, being a hero for them as well as to yourself. Be a hero to yourself. And also, being responsible means taking care of your belongings, making sure you have them when you need them in school. Also, you take the right things home. Being responsible with your words, your hands, and your feet, right? It's okay to feel whatever feelings you have, but are you responsible in how you show those feelings? And finally, are you ready? Ready for class? Ready to walk in the hallways? Ready to be in the cafeteria, perhaps? And yeah, are you ready to ride the bus? All right. Now, in the month of March, we are spotlighting the character trait of integrity. That is basically doing the right thing when nobody else is looking, right? Who is the real you? There is the real you that's showing all of the great things in front of people, the real you when no one else is watching. And if the same person, if you don't really change and you're the same person in front of people as well as behind the scenes, then you're showing integrity, right? So integrity is hard to judge because not a lot of people are around. Only you're around. You're the only judge of your integrity. You know if you're going to make those right choices even when nobody else is looking. And that's kind of a nice challenge. So I want to challenge you to continue to practice integrity. Also, when we think about integrity, it also means being honest with ourselves. I did want to make a quick little connection to our character trait of honesty last month, because when we had our PBIS assembly, a lot of kids made this connection between integrity and honesty. And they're really pretty much the same thing. I had a conversation with a kid yesterday, and it was really interesting because in some ways, integrity and honesty are the same thing. When you're honest, you want to make sure you're honest even when nobody is asking you to be honest. Are you still going to be able to be honest, even when you think you can get away? Same thing with integrity. You're going to do the right thing even when nobody is asking you to be, even when no one is watching you. Okay, so it all matters that way. And if you're honest even behind the scenes, you're showing a lot of integrity. All right. If nobody else has told you this yet, Mr. Lin wants to tell you, I love you. And I also want you to hear this. I like you just the way you are. Let's make it a great, great Wednesday.